continuing on with our shape builder tool and using the shape tool, we're now going to have a go at doing this flower pot and flower. So I've got my document open from last time, and I need to try to create that. So if we break this down into some basic shapes, I've got a rectangle here with some anchor points a bit wide, rectangle, some circles, and we'll find out what these are as well. So let's start with our rectangle. I'm just going to create something like that. If I hold shift, I can make sure it's square. I will keep it black, seeing as I have a white background and no stroke. Alright, what I'm going to do is I am going to use my selection tool, a direct selection tool, sorry, by pressing A. That helps me to be able to select my anchors. So I can select that anchor and then move it out. So I'm not going to move it on the Y axis, which is up and down. So I'm going to make sure that number stays as 0. I'm going to move it out, let's say to 20. The reason I take note of that is so that on this side I can actually do the exact same measurement. So 20 and 20. I can take a step back and go, yep, that looks fine. Okay, what we're going to do now is create another rectangle, and I'm just going to create that to be about there. And then I'm going to go my selection tool, whoops, hold Alt, and duplicate that to down there. And then I'm going to go selection tool, select everything. I'm going to go to my shape builder tool now, and what I can do in here is it breaks it down into all the shapes it can see. If I press it like that, it makes that into a shape, but I don't want that. I want it to take away. So I'm going to hold Alt and click on what I want, whoops, and it will get rid of those shapes. So by zooming out now, I have created this part just here. So now I'm going to work on the stem, which should be a simple rectangle like this. I hover over and I can see that center. Let's make it that big will do. Selection tool V, highlight everything. Let's press center, and with everything selected I can make it slightly bigger. Select, just move it to there. Cool, that's looking okay. It's a big pop. Alright, what I'm going to do now is let's make the petals. Okay, so it looks pretty simple. We've got 4 circles or ellipses, so I'm just going to hold shift so that it creates a perfect one like that. And I'm going to go V so that then I can move it around. I'm going to duplicate this, and I do that by holding Alt and dragging out. And then I'm just going to select both of them, hold Alt, drag down. Let's do that again so that, okay. So what I'm going to do now is with these 4 selected, I can go to my shape building tool again, and if I click and drag around it, it makes it one shape. Okay, I'm now going to rotate it. So that's in my, oh, you can see here, maybe I'll fix that a little bit. Oh, we shouldn't be able to see it, that should be fine. Okay, so in my selection mode, I'm going to hold shift so that then as it moves around, it will do it in only increments of 45. So I've got that. I'm now going to move it. Okay, so now we need to create the center and the leaves. So with the center, I'm going to get the ellipse, find around center, Alt Shift, drag out. Okay, then I'm going to go to my selection tool. I'm going to hold shift to select that. I can go to my shape builder tool now. If I hold Alt and click, it removes the centerpiece. Looking pretty good. Okay, time now to do the leaves. So what we've got is we're going to create 2 circles. Hold Alt, V, hold Alt, hold Alt and click over like that. Now I'm going to select them both, Shape Builder tool. I am going to get rid of those two. I'm going to hold Alt, and now I've got both of those selected. Move them over here. Let's now just rotate a little bit, hold Shift and move it down like that. And now it's just about personal preference. Matching it up, making it look like it belongs. Seeing what you want to do. Okay. And there we have our flower. With the flower done, what we're going to do now is we are going to join these together. So I'm going to go to I'll select everything. I'm going to go to my Shape Builder tool, and I can just draw a line around everything I want to join together. And what this does is it just simplifies it. Less boxes to tick. Let's leave it at that for now. We should be right. Alright, V again, click off. So now I can move those off to the side in one piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shadow effect. This is something that you might use on a logo or a design. It just helps to give a nice extra shade to it. I'm going to then select everything, and I'm going to go to my Shape Builder tool, hold Alt, and I can click off like that, anything I don't want. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to maybe fill that area with something around, something that's a similar shade. Okay. And you can see it just creates a slight effect. This one's subtle, but it's a nice little extra tone to it. Something you might like to do. Okay, that's the end of the flower pot.